Hello, it's Jonathan here on behalf of Komoot, one of the sponsors of the Race Across series. And as the route partner, we have the pleasure of hosting and presenting all the routes that you'll be riding when you take part in some of these events. So over the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to really quickly show you how to find the race route that you'll be taking part in, how to get it onto your device, and a couple of tips and tricks to research what is coming up ahead when you start pedaling. So first thing I'm going to do is up here, make sure that I'm following the Race Across series on Komoot so I can keep up to date with all of their future plans and ideas. I'm then going to come here and find the collection for the race that I'll be taking part in. In this case, it is the Race Across France. The first thing I'm going to do is just bookmark this collection. And what that means is that if I come up into the top right in here, I can open up my bookmark collections, and then I'll be able to see all of the collections that I've saved for future reference, including this one. So it's readily at hand when I need to refer back to it in future. Now on the map, I'll see all of the individual tours that make up this collection, different race routes, essentially. So let's say, for example, that I'm taking part in the 1000K edition. It'll take me down to it, and I can open this up and have a little bit of a closer look beyond the initial stats that include distance, elevation, and I even get a forecasted time. So when I take part in the race, it's really important that I'm riding the exact GPX or route that was provided to me by the race organizer. So I can download the GPX file straight from here and manually put that onto my device. Alternatively, I can come up here and press Garmin. If you happen to have a Garmin device with the IQ app synced to it, then you'll get a notification like I've just received on my device, and I can open it up and start pedaling that way. The other way, if you have a device like Wahoo, where you can automatically sync your own planned tours, now that I have this in my own planned profile, it will automatically sync and I can manually select it. So I'm going to go in here and press edit tour, and I'm not going to do any real changes. I just want to add a couple of details to help me. So now this is in the route planner. I have the elevation profile in a little bit more detail. I can see where the big climbs are. I can zoom in and take a close look at stuff as well. The red dots on the map, the highlights that have been created by the community on Komoot. So when people ride a particularly incredible mountain path or stop at a lovely cycling cafe or find a glorious view from a particular piece of road, they can add it in as a highlight. So for example, this coal has been added, and there'll be lots more along here. This is a highlight segment, saying that like a segment of road is great. Otherwise, it could be like a great village to stop in. If I come up here, I can turn off these highlights, and I can then zoom in a little bit closer and by those. One thing that I can even do if I want to research the road a little bit closely, you'll notice we have lots of these trail view icons that mean I can see a little quick flash of a segment of road. But many of the places that you'll be riding, there'll be Google Street View cameras having ridden. So if I click on a place, I get a bit more detail about the surface types. I can click on Google Street, and I can even come in here and have a look at what the road is going to look like that I'll be cycling. But the thing I want to show you up here is if you turn off the highlights, you can add in these different points of interest that we have available. So you can pick the ones that are suitable for you and your needs. So for example, let's say that I pick public water fountains and public toilets, and maybe I'm going to add in shops as well. Now, if I zoom out on the map, these have all now been added in. If I come in here, I can click on a place and I can include it on my route. Let's find another example. If I come down here somewhere, another one here, I'll include this. Is that we add these here down in the bottom section, save this tour, and I might use this to add in like water fountains on the big climb, mark the towns where there's obvious resupply opportunities. When I add these on, it might make a very small detour to the route. So I'm going to save this as my version. And what I'm going to do is when I'm taking part in a race, I'm going to make sure that I have the official route unedited on my device, so I'm following that. But then maybe on my phone, I'll be able to refer to the route, see where I am in terms of the elevation and the total distance. And if you scroll down and it looks similar on the mobile device, you'll see here I have these places highlighted. They're also highlighted within the tour overview. So I can get a feel for where I need to be conscious of picking up some extra snacks for the road ahead. So I hope that was helpful, and most importantly of all, have an amazing adventure.